Welcome back to DinamoTV, and we are speaking to El Presidente, ILIJA Dragicievich. ILIJA, let's turn our attention now to late September, early October this year. These 2 months have just flown by, so I'm sure 2024 will likewise. But it's the Australian-Croatian Soccer Tournament, and yay, we are hosting it this year. Mate, we know how big it is. We know how massive of an undertaking it is, but what specifically does it mean to our club? How important is it for us to hold a very successful tournament?
Well, Tonchi, I think it's just an opportunity for us to show again as a club how, the direction that we're heading in, which is a really positive one. It's about bringing all the people together at our club, and not only at our club, but within our whole community. And our extended community through St Albans out to all the Croatian clubs, all the Croatian people within Melbourne and Australia. So for us, it's a big thing at our club. We believe that right now we are in a very, very good position with great people at the club, great families, mums, dads, volunteers. We really are got some really good energy at the club to tackle this and to make this happen and be successful at it.
Yeah, mate. And how we are a Croatian club. We're a Croatian community-backed club, and we are very proud of it. And I guess in years gone by, a lot of soccer clubs have been almost embarrassed by their heritage. We don't. We don't shy away from it. But aside from obviously attracting a lot of Croatians, we attract a lot of non-Croatians. If we look at our playing staff, we look at our supporters, we look at our coaches, and it seems to me that when people know just how proud we are of who we are, people are attracted by that. Why is it, Jason Zeri is our football operations manager. He's been with us for 10 years. We've got an Italian and an Australian running our under-23s team. We've got 3/4 of our players in the first team are all non-Croatian. What is it about Dinamo specifically that is so welcoming to a lot of people in our community? We were at the Lunar Festival and our Chavapi sold out, is just an example. Mate, that must make you really proud that people that come to the club really respect who we are, what we are. But at the same time, we as a club welcome everyone to the club.
Definitely, Tonchi, definitely. And I think it's part of our direction. It's part of our... and I've seen this over so many years now, because we have this saying at Dinamo, you're not a Dinamo player if you're Croatian. You're a Dinamo player. That's what you are. If you're at this club, you're a Dinamo player. And we don't look whether you're Croatian or if you're committed to this club will be committed to you. And I think that's really important, where, there is a little bit of a stigma externally, and people probably don't, until they come to Dinamo, until they've been dynamitized.
I love that word, dynamitized.
then they really start to appreciate the club. And that's something that we're really proud of. We're accepting of all the different people that we have at this club, and we call them Dinamo people, because if you've been around at this club, particularly the kids, a lot of these kids come through 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, and they're here when they're 16 and 18, and hopefully they're maybe playing seniors one day, but they're Dinamo kids, okay? And that's really important for us. So when you're at our club, you're a Dinamo person. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are.
Yeah, big shout out to Sam Nikolopoulos. Go Dinamo, great club, ran by great people starting from the top. Absolutely. And that just epitomizes everything. But dynamitized, I love that verb, to be dynamitized. It's almost like to be baptized, I suppose. But one man that has definitely been dynamitized is Ian Burke, who's the under-23s assistant coach, and he's now also our roving post-match reporter for DinamoTV. Notice his intonation was like a native. He didn't say Dinamo, he said DinamoTV. So well done to Berkey once again, keeping up the great work there. So we're going to hear a lot about the tournament this year. It's going to be massive. It's going to be huge. It's going to be the greatest show on earth. But going one step further, next year, 2025, promises to be a huge year, and there's some great plans regarding the growth, but also the infrastructure and facility improvements. Tell us a little bit what's on the horizon.
So next year is our 50th year, which is a massive milestone for a little club out of St Albans, which was, formed almost 50 years ago by, young, passionate Croatians that have migrated from back home here, started new life, took on the responsibilities of forming a club, and then, kept the club going, very passionate about it. And some of those people are still involved in this club. So, we're all part of that. And we're looking for a massive year next year. Now, hopefully, what comes along with that is our plans of, major infrastructure works at the facility here at Churchill Reserve. And that's all in its initial stages at the moment. We do have plans. We have presented the plans to our members and at our presentation night last year, and they are detailed drawings. They are detailed, wants, and yes, we are aiming for the sky, and we're happy to aim for the sky, but we're going to back it up too by really giving it a push, getting some, funding through various sources, putting our own money on the line if need be. But we really do want to open up our club, and the possibility of having 150, 200 girls one day will mean we need changing rooms for those girls. We need new changing rooms to bring us up to date with modern standards for our men, for our women, for everyone that comes to our club, even opposition teams. They deserve better at this club. So collectively, we need this to move forward and to become a better club. In return, I'm sure we're going to be more attractive to the general, soccer player out there looking for an opportunity to play. We also identified that we probably need a synthetic pitch. So that's something that's, on the horizons as well. We probably really do need that, again, to grow the opportunity for young kids to play the game of soccer, and grow their passion within the sport. Yeah.
Now, to achieve all of those things, it's obviously we need very good relations with the local council. We need a lot of government funding, whether it's at the local, state, or federal level. But we've got some fantastic blokes that are working with the council, liaising with the council. Who are some of those guys? And give them a little bit of a shout out as well.
Well, look, I think a very well-known member of our club is Ante Rosanic, who has been up in this level of communication with all the local authorities, MPs, and so on. And he does an amazing job of reaching out and understanding, their possibilities of, what they can do for us, but also understanding what we need. And Ante was a major part of designing our future, and the footprint that we need to move forward. He spent many hours, and he does have great support people around him, that come in and out of conversations with him. Johnny Billosh plays a big part in that too. To be honest, I'm not really much involved in that because I do trust these guys and I do want them to, to take control of it and own it. So we can't all be doing everything, but we are good at allocating tasks to different people and then, believing in them and they're going to do the right thing by the club.
Yeah, and sponsors. Without sponsors, we really would struggle because sponsors are the backbone of any club. And we've got some unbelievable sponsors. And a big shout out to some of those sponsors as well, who have provided some of their video adverts, if you like. Some of them are done absolutely professionally. And DinamoTV is actually starting to look like a real TV show. So it's great. We've also got one more advert to come on as well. But speaking of sponsors, speaking of advertisers, a big one coming up, this big event, big function coming up on Sunday as part of the big Croatian derby, the game against Dandenong City. And there's the game kickoff times for the games. The under-23s at 2:30 p.m. Then the big game at seniors at 5 p.m. And apparently it's going to be 27 degrees in beautiful Melbourne. So it is going to be absolutely perfect. But inside the club rooms, we've got the annual sponsors luncheon, and it is huge. It's grown from a small event to a big event. Tell us a little bit more about the sponsors luncheon.
Yeah, so Tonchi, our sponsors luncheon is, I think, in its fourth year, approximately, and I can recall the first year when, we sent invitations out to all our sponsors, and because it wasn't the norm and it wasn't something that people were familiar with our club, we weren't getting much responses. We weren't getting, the RSVPs, and we think, are these people going to come? How do we cater for this? What do we do? Are these people really part of the club? Do they want to be part of the club? There was a lot of unknowns. Anyway, the first one went really, really well. It ended up being a fantastic day. They all showed up, but what we got in that was, this does work. This showing appreciation to the people that support you year after year. These people really do appreciate these type of days and the lunches that we put on. So it has grown. The first one was about 70, 80 people. Last year was close to 200 sponsors pre-game. And it was an awesome day. And now it's become, it's everyone knows about it. All our sponsors know about it. They look forward to it. We look forward to hosting them and putting on a fantastic day where everyone enjoys themselves. And, within themselves, they start to network and build relationships amongst themselves. So it's an awesome day for us.
Well, we certainly look forward to the Sunday's sponsorship luncheon. We will be there as DinamoTV, and we'll be taking some footage. And next week's show, we will be also having some interviews with some of the sponsors. We'll also be having an overview of what happens. But mate, all the very, very best for Sunday. We're hoping a huge crowd can come, can be in attendance. Like we said, the weather is absolutely perfect. It's going to be a big game, a great game on the park, but also offered. The under-23s, it's second versus fourth or equal second teams playing against each other. So there's going to be some top-class football action on the field, and some big stuff happening off the field. Ilija, thank you for your time. It's been an enthralling conversation. I'm sure the fans, the members, the supporters out there have really appreciated it.
Thanks, Taunchi, and thanks for all your efforts in making DinamoTV possible. And this show can only get better with your involvement and with the support that everyone's giving us around the club. And I look forward to seeing this TV show continuing over the years to come. It's a fantastic portal for not only our club, I think, but for the community in
Absolutely.
general. And we look forward to welcoming other clubs part of this and making them part of the community as well.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. One of your greatest achievements, I think, has been getting a Hajdukovac to wear a Dinamo cap and a Dinamo top. All the very best, mate. Wishing you once again all the best. So you never know, DinamoTV may one day even win a Logie.
Good luck with that one.
Good on you. Bye-bye.